Hello everyone. Today let's discuss the DNA structure and its chemistry. So the probable university question would be the structure of DNA. It can be asked for 4 marks and even as a sub question for the essay type questions, maybe for 5 marks. So if it is asked for higher marks, you need to explain the features, what the structure of DNA, all the features in the Watson-Crick model. So all those features along with the diagram. Diagram is important with the base pairing. By showing the base pairing, you need to draw the diagram. So if it is asked for only for 1 marks or 2 marks, then you can explain only the features of the structure is enough. If it is for 4 marks or 5 marks, then you need to have the diagram with the base pairing rule. So let's answer the question. Structure of DNA. Watson-Crick model of double helix structure of DNA. The features are that it is right-handed double helix structure wherein 2 polydeoxyribonucleotide chains is twisted around one another in a right-handed double helix, and in this right-handed double helix structure the backbone is made up of, is constituted by sugar and phosphate, and the basis is perpendicular to this helix axis and the sugar is nearly at an right angles. The backbone is having a net negative charge. Next feature is the base pairing rule. The base pairing rule, that is adenine is always pairing with thymine with a double bond, and cytosine C is always pairing with guanine with a triple bond. A double bond T and C triple bond G. So this is helping in maintaining the complementary of the two strands. A is complement to the T and C is complement to G. This maintains complementarities of these 2 strands, and A always equals T and C always equal G. So this is the diagram you need to draw with the base pairing rule. Base pairing of A with T and G with C. Hydrogen bonds keeps the bases in position. A and T with a double bond and C and G with a triple bond. So this diagram should be drawn. Next feature is the hydrogen bonding. DNA strands held together by hydrogen bonds. 2 hydrogen bonds between A and T and 3 between C and G. CG bonds are stronger than AT bonds. Then DNA bases are planar. Then base sacking, hydrophilic interaction between the adjacent base pairs also contributes significantly to the DNA stability. So DNA is held together with the hydrogen bonds between A and T and C and G. C and G, since it is having a triple bond, it is stronger than A and T. Then the bases, DNA bases are planar, and the base sacking and the hydrophobic interactions between the adjacent, since the bases are sacking on top, it is planar and it is sacked on top. The hydrophobic interaction between these adjacent base pairs is also contributing to the DNA's stability. The DNA bases are planar and they are stacked. The bases are stacking and sacked on top. So there is a hydrophobic interaction between these adjacent base pairs, and that is contributing to the DNA stability. Next feature, it is anti-parallel. 5' and 3' direction, they are anti-parallel. The 2 strands run in anti-parallel direction. One strand is in 5' 3' direction, whereas the other one runs in 3' 5' direction. So they are anti-parallel. So this is the Watson-Crick model of double helix structure of DNA, and the adjacent bases are separated by 0.34 nanometers, and the diameter or the width of the helix is around 2 nanometers. And you also need to show that it is anti-parallel, 5 dash 3 dash. One strand is 5 dash 3 dash and the other one is 3 dash 5 dash, and it is double helical with bases, adjacent bases separated with 0.34 centimeter, and the diameter or the width of the helix having 2 nanometers. Other features include each strand acts as a template for the other strand during DNA replication. So it is having a semi-conservative replication. During replication, one strand is acting as a template for the other. Next is the pitch of the spiral is 3.4 nanometers per run. That is, as we said, the adjacent bases are having 0.34 nanometers and there are 10 bases in each spiral. Therefore, the pitch is 3.4 nanometer per run. The diameter or the width of the axis is 1.9 to 2 nanometers. Then protein interact with DNA at the exposed bases present in two grooves, major grooves and the minor grooves. These are parallel to phosphodiester backbone and wind along the molecules. Next question. Mention few unusual bases and mention where they are present. So first you have to define what is unusual basis and some examples. So unusual bases are other bases in addition to the normal one. Other bases in addition to the normal adenine, cytosine, guanine and uracil. Other than these bases, they are called as the unusual bases, and they are found primarily in tRNAs, and it is produced by post-translational modification of one of the normal bases. Examples, it is DHU, dihydrouracil, then pseudouridine, hypoxanthine, inosine, lysidine, methyl cytosine. These are the examples. Any 2 or 3 should be by heart. Next question, synthetic nucleotide analog and its uses. These are analogs as purine synthesis inhibitors. They act as competitive inhibitors of the naturally occurring nucleotides. They are utilized to synthesize DNA. Such DNA becomes functionally inactive and thereby cell division is arrested. So these synthetic nucleotide analogs are used in anti-cancer drugs since they are competitive inhibitors of naturally occurring nucleotides. So definition, synthetic nucleotide analogs, they are competitive inhibitors of naturally occurring nucleotides and they are utilized to synthesize DNA, and such DNA which is synthesized would become an inactive one and thereby the cell division is arrested. So since cancer is uncontrolled cell division, these can be used as an anti-cancer drugs. Examples, few examples also should be by heart. First one is mercaptopurine, which inhibits the conversion of IMP to GMP and AMP. Then folate antagonist methotrexate, which affects the reactions involving one carbon group transfer. Then another example, azathioprine is a glutamine antagonist and therefore inhibits the reaction involving glutamine. Other synthetic nucleotide analogs used as anti-cancer agents are 6-thioguanine and 8-azaguanine. So the definition and example, and its uses is as an anti-cancer drug. Thank you.